He's just weird. He's weird. Stop trying to be so fucking cool. Stop trying to slow the game down. Carry on with these sort of performances, and he's going to get the fans on his back.
Here we go. It is the Pompey Pod with Mike and Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening. Good evening.
Got your Pompey, got your Pompey mug on the go. Nice to see. Anyone who might be watching this, you might see that I've got half my head missing. But we're going to plough on because we can't work out how to sort that out. So apologies for that. Normally my perfect pate will not be so perfect today. Right, let's crack on this week. What an exciting weekend it was, wasn't it? I'm still quite pumped.
Yeah.
From the weekend, to be perfectly honest with you, I was proper nervous going into the game. Then I saw the lineup and I thought, troubles. But it all turned out all right in the end, didn't it? Let's talk about the lineup first of all, Dan. What did you? What were your thoughts when you saw that?
Well, as I said to you, I thought we might nick a draw, and then I saw the lineup, and I thought we would lose comfortably. It was weird, wasn't it? It was weird just to see no Rafferty, and to see Rafferty on the bench. Well, not seeing him there due to sickness as well. But yeah, just the it was just a weird side, wasn't it? Bringing Sparks back in. Well, no, actually, I wasn't too surprised about the Sparks things. I thought he'd go with the back four. What was the other one? Swanson. Well. Yes, well, Swanson. That was and
then obviously Miles out wide on the left, which we'll come back to a little later. Initially I thought, well, have they brought Swanson in because of extra pace? Because obviously they're pacey out wide, aren't they?
Yeah.
The old Peterborough. But no, like you say, it was down to sickness with Lane and Rafferty. But what did you think of the game? What was an assessment of the game, Dan?
I thought it was a good game. I think it's definitely one of those games that you enjoy more when you come away with a victory. But I thought it was good. I thought it was a good game. Both teams going for it. I thought we were good. I thought we certainly matched them, although they were the home team. Mm-hmm. They had the better chances in the first half. That we had some good chances ourselves. We had a lot of the ball, which was good. So I just thought it was an all-round good game, really. And the goal was really good. I just thought it was just a good goal, good time to get it. 10, 15 minutes to go. Yeah, so it would have been good to be up there, I think, with the 4,000 fans. I bet it was a good day out.
Yeah, I imagine it was. With how are you feeling at half time? Obviously, we'd lost Sadie. We were playing the kind of 4-4-2 sort of formation by that stage. They'd hit the crossbar. But other than that, they didn't really, although they had a lot of possession, they didn't really create anything particularly dangerous. I don't remember Norris making any kind of being stretched too much, or even making any.
No, he made a bit of a fumble he saved, didn't he, in the first half, and they had another one where they put it wide on the left-hand side, which is a good chance.
That's quite a nice little move as well, wasn't it, until then?
Yeah. But yeah, like you said, I wasn't overly bothered about Sadie going off. It was disappointing, but I think we've got players that match his ability. Yengi coming on was quite a surprise as well. I thought maybe he would bring
early.
Someone like who was the other? He had another player on the bench which I thought he might have brought on. I can't remember who it was.
White, or you had Martin.
Evans.
Probably the only two. Evans possibly. I think it would have been a bit early for Evans, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
30 minutes in to risk him for an hour.
But I think it helps. I think it helped having Yengi come on. It's just an extra striker for them to worry about. So I thought it worked quite well.
Yeah, and obviously it worked particularly well for the goal because it was kind of Bishop that got the ball moving in the first place, wasn't it? Out to White. White, marvelous, fantastic Gavin White with his vision. He actually did really well, didn't he? Not only just to hold the ball up, but also then to pick up that pass.
Yeah, no, I think fair play to him. He's for all his the fact that we take the piss out of him, and it's obviously not just us. He's quite even Mousinho said he hasn't hit the heights that he'd expected of him. He hasn't played as well as he should have done this season. Most fans sort of give a grumble when he gets brought on, but I thought he was really good when he came on the other day. He looked up for it, and when you think about it, that's 2 assists in possibly 2 of the most important assists this season. You could say one against Peterborough and the other one was against Bolton, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was against Bolton. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Both feet were they both for Yengi? I think.
Yeah,
it was because Yengi against Bolton when he knocked old Santos on his arse, didn't he? But I actually thought Yengi and Bishop worked quite well together. It seemed almost like I'd have assumed that Yengi would have been the one kind of hanging back a little bit. Actually, it seemed more like Bishop was playing more in a kind of advanced 10 sort of role, wasn't he? Kind of in behind Yengi, and Yengi was more the focal point, which actually I think worked quite well. He loves a shot, old Yengi, doesn't he?
Does, yeah.
Which is obviously good if you're a striker, but he's always looking to get the shot off as soon as possible, isn't he? Which I like.
Yeah.
Loves a step over as well, doesn't he?
But that's the good thing about the difference with him and Bishop is that when he was 1-on-1 with that defender, you knew exactly what he was going to do, but he's got the pace. He just ghosted past him, didn't he? So
got a little burst of energy, burst of speed, isn't he?
Yeah. But
lovely finish as well. I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was a decent. When I first saw it, I thought, keepers probably could have done better with that. But actually, when you look at it from the angle, this side, the opposite angle from where the main camera was, I thought it was actually a really good finish.
Oh, good. Where did it go then? I thought it went near post, didn't it? Someone said.
Yeah, it did go near.
It did go near post.
Yeah. Keeper would still be disappointed, I guess, but it was nice.
Yes, and just to come back with 3 points, I thought was just superb. Yeah,
I think most people would have taken a point beforehand, wouldn't they?
Definitely.
And I think a lot of people thought maybe this might be where we slip up, especially where you've then got those last-minute changes. Swanson coming in. I thought Swanson and Sparks defensively.
Yeah, very good.
I'd say Sparks probably the best game I've seen him play defensively. Yeah. Swanson, with the exception of that Spurs game last year, likewise for him, I just thought he was solid. I was a little nervous at first because I think he got a little bit caught a couple of times early in the game, but then he soon kind of got to grips with their fast, strong, wide man who I forget his name, Mason Clarkson. Yeah,
good player.
He is a good player. He is.
Yeah, sorry,
did you notice? I thought he faded quite a lot in the second half, though. He was very dangerous first half, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And maybe the first 10 minutes of the second half, but then didn't really do a lot after that.
Well, wasn't JCH? What wasn't he playing?
JCH, not sure. Yeah, just towards the end.
He's their main man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Only bring him on for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Is he the one they were going to sell earlier in the season?
Probably. Aren't we always linked with him?
For like 300 grand or something stupid like that.
Yeah, possibly. What were you saying? You said something and then we went off at a tangent.
I'm not sure. This is looking good, though, isn't it? Look at this.
Yeah, it looks all right. Looks like he had some sort of head injury.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll come back to me if it was that important, won't it?
Yeah.
This is turning a bit into a Waldorf and Statler from the Muppet Show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why don't you get things started? Right. Obviously, Raggett had another good game, I thought. Another very solid game. In fact, the whole back four, I'd say, were
very
superb.
Good.
Very good. And Pack and Mox in front of them as well. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Raggett, it's got me thinking, because Raggett he's really one of those, and I saw someone compare him to, he's like the Limvoy Primus of this team. He's playing well above his kind of what you'd be expected level, but also consistently just good, and proving that actually he can play with the ball at his feet. Doesn't look too nervous, as he probably did do earlier in the season, or maybe towards the end of last season, with the ball at his feet. obviously he's out of contract in the summer, and will hopefully be in the Championship next year. Does he get? This is the question, Dan. Does he get a contract in the Championship if we go up? What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard, isn't it? Because surely when we go up to the Championship, that's when we start getting all those ex-Premier League players in, don't we? Just to get us up to
bolster the squad.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I like Raggett anyway. I think he, like you say, I think he is very consistent. He makes the odd mistake, but so does every other player. And I think it's probably just because he looks a little bit unorthodox. That so much stick, yeah. But no, he's been brilliant, hasn't he? Since he came in, almost possibly player of the season since he came back. Definitely one of the players since he came. Oh, what's going on there? Thunder.
No, just me moving my microphone.
Yeah. But I think since he's come in, he's definitely been. That's brilliant. That noise is awesome. He would definitely be top three players consistency wise. Would you not say?
Yeah, absolutely. Consistency wise, I wouldn't say. In my mind, he's not up there for player of the season, in my opinion. But I think certainly Mr. Consistent. If he was getting the most improved player award at your kids level,
Clubman of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. He would definitely be in for a shout. That for sure. Who currently would be in the mix for player of the year? Do you think? Pack's obviously one.
Pack.
Shaughnessy,
yeah, I think so. And I think
Lane.
No, I don't think Lane. No, I think if you're going to choose a winger, you would choose Kamara over Lane.
Kamara.
Well, I would.
Okay.
I think it's difficult because so many of our good players have not made it through the season, have they?
No.
So only Pack, Shaughnessy, maybe Raggett. Oh, Rafferty, you could argue Rafferty, but
again consistent. But I'd say if it wasn't for up until his injury, Morel was with the exception of the silly red cards. He was up there and he was playing some good football at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Before his injury, Paul obviously started the season excellently, but who knows what could have happened there?
Yeah. I was looking at the injuries today, and we've almost got a whole team. You've got Paul, who's the guy that broke his ankle in the first game. What was McIntyre? Paul McIntyre, Ogilvie, Swanson, Robertson, Angerin, Devlin, Scully.
And they're all long-term injuries, aren't they?
All long-term injuries, yeah. And there's some more, isn't there?
It's mental, really, when you think about it.
Yeah. Shows how well
shocking
the recruiters have done, I think.
Yeah, it does, and I think it also shows how well, because we say we've said in the past how we've ground out results. When you think about maybe kind of like the Oxford game, the where else were we? Kind of again, Cambridge to a degree, Charlton. There's a few games where we've narrowly won, but we've still won those games. Whereas in previous seasons, we probably would have not kind of made it through. But we've won all those games with the majority of those players out, which I think is testament to the squad and also Mousinho kind of setting them up well.
Yeah.
So the situation we're at the moment, do you know when the earliest we could, if all goes well, do you know when the earliest we could be confirmed as going up is?
No, but I did do a table predictor today.
Did you?
Yeah, and I just put in.
Did you do all results?
I just did the top 5, so everyone instead of Oxford. So I just did us, Derby, Bolton, Peterborough, Barnsley, and do you know where we will finish according to my predictions?
Based on your predictions, did we win all 7 of our remaining games?
No.
Did we lose any?
Yep.
Did we?
Well, when I did it and I pressed enter, we finished second, but on the same points as Derby, so they were better than us on goal difference.
So
but I was only putting things like 1-0 and 0-0. I wasn't putting
right
3-0 for certain games and things like that. So
okay.
that might come into. But yeah, 93 points we finished on. So that's only 10 points for my last. That was me being negative for my last 7 games. So I think I put a win. No, 2 wins, 4 draws, and a defeat.
So we lost to Derby, I guess, if they went above us in the league.
I think Bolton. I put Bolton.
Okay.
But then again, I was putting Bolton and Peterborough for a lot of wins, and I don't think they're gonna. They're not gonna win all those games. Peterborough, they're strong teams, but I don't. I was putting them mainly down for a win. But yeah, that's what I had, and us mainly draws to teams like Derby at home, even Barnsley at home, Wickham away. But yeah, I think it's definitely still on a tightrope, isn't it? But go on, tell me.
Well, no, there's no science to this, but it's just if all the teams behind us are kind of still winning their games, ultimately we could go up on the 13th if we beat Bolton at their ground. So that would because we're 9 points ahead of Bolton at the moment.
Yep.
Obviously, there's 3 games to play. If we win those, everyone else wins theirs. Derby will be one of those games for us, obviously. So we'll gain an extra 3 points on Derby then. And then if we go into that game still 9 points ahead, obviously all we need to do actually is avoid defeat against Bolton, and that's it.
Yeah.
We would be up.
Nice.
I think it'll still go down to the wire. I don't think it'll go down to the wire, hopefully for us. I think we'll hopefully get enough points to be. I think it'll be more about whether we win the league or not. I'm fairly certain now.
Yeah. I think that'll be the only sort of mild dampener is if we do finish second. I mean, it's not going to bother me too much, but it would be nice to win the league after being top for most of the season. Long. But you don't really care, do you? As long as you go up.
No, I think it depends how. I think if we can get a result against Derby and a result against Bolton, we'd be all right. I think we're going to be all right.
We should be, yeah.
So we've got a couple of weeks off now. Wickham's not for until the 29th of March.
That's a piss take, isn't it?
International games coming up. Have we found out yet who our third international is? Because the rumour was that it was Miles Peart-Harris, but he's not in any of the England squads. So, because the rumour was he was in the under-20s, but he's not. So, who is the third international? Do we know? Is it Kamara for Sierra Leone or someone?
I don't know. Why don't you have a little chat and I'll see if I can. I don't know. Okay. It was who was it? It was Lane and.
So you got Lane for Northern Ireland, and Yengi for Australia, and then so it could be Mars. It's got to be either Peart-Harris or Kamara, hasn't it? I can't think of anyone else who might be.
Yeah, nobody seems to say, do they? They just say it's been postponed due to international call-ups, but they don't seem to say. I don't know. I think maybe we should have international. Even says on the Pompey website international calls for Lane and Yengi, but
and the mystery man.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
on the subject of go on,
Peart-Harris. Peart-Harris, yeah. What was it? Go on, give us an assessment of how you felt. Yeah, I know how you felt about how he played. We won't. Obviously,
he's fucking weird, isn't he, Mike? He's just weird. He's weird. Stop trying to be so fucking cool. Stop trying to slow the game down. Oh, he's just. I don't know. I think he's gonna.
He's frustrated, isn't he?
Yeah, he needs to buck his ideas up because I think carry on with these sort of performances and he's going to get the fans on his back. There's already quite a few I've seen on social media and at Fratton Park around me where people are sort of getting pissed off with him. But it's just that lack of urgency and that I think it was that one that there was and he had a chance at Peterborough when he was on the left-hand side of the box and he picked the ball up and he just sort of tried to do that lazy curl towards the top corner and it just went fucking nowhere. And it's just, I don't know, he's just weird, isn't he?
There's also that lazy. I'm not sure. I thought you were going to say about that, but it was kind of about 10 minutes in. There's a lazy little pass into the box again where he got it, and I assume he's right-footed because he went to. It looked like he was uncomfortable on his left, and then he ended up. It was about a 5-yard pass straight to their player, and even their commentator said, "Oh, that was interesting." It was just very bizarre. He didn't try and get. There was a good opportunity to actually get a lift into the box, maybe try and get Bishop on it or something like that.
Yeah,
but it just seemed to be a lazy, like you say, a lazy sort of. Check this out, people. This is amazing.
Watch this. Watch me curl this in. Watch me do this, and then most times it doesn't come off. And I think that's just something that's always been the way at Fratton Park and Pompey in general, is that even if you're not a great player, if you look like you're giving 100%, or you're trying your hardest, or you're trying to do the right things, a lot of the time you'll get let off. People will. Well, Raggett, for example, when he hasn't played well because he gives 100%. But I don't know. I just think he needs to sort it out a bit, doesn't he? I'm surprised. Sorry, I'm surprised that Mousinho sticks with him. So
I think that's got to be a contractual thing, though, isn't it? I think that's got to be a contractual
that's
thing.
the other thing that I just think Mousinho is obviously quite tough, and wants strong players, strong-minded and physically strong. So I just find it surprising that he. But maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe it is a contractual thing.
Maybe it's. I find that I thought he played really well against Port Vale, and I thought when he played against Port Vale, I thought, here we go.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that was his first game. I thought we got quite a tasty little player here, and someone who could come in quite nicely and fill that Robertson gap.
Yeah.
Because Sadie wasn't particularly playing well at the time. I don't think we had Lang on board at that stage, did we?
No.
I think Lang came slightly later, and so I thought, okay, this looks quite interesting. But then when they kept playing him on the left, I was thinking, well, he doesn't seem to have a lot of pace playing out wide.
No.
Doesn't seem to have a kind of, and I don't think I've seen him play well since. He obviously got his goal against, was it Northampton he scored? I can't remember now, or possibly Oxford. I can't remember.
No, it was when he put us. Yeah, he put us in front or equalised or something one game.
Yeah,
I can't remember who that was against.
And
I think
fairly, and he's played okay in that game. I still don't think he played particularly well in that game. But like you say, it's just he has that demeanour, doesn't he? And I think Kamara was similar when he first started playing for us. He had that similar sort of kind of almost laid back. But now you look at Kamara playing now. When he's off the ball, he's a workhorse, isn't he? He gets back. He's covering the right back loads. I think he's really bought into the Pompey way, or Mousinho's way, whatever it is. But he's certainly bought into it. I don't know if just switching to the right made a difference, but he's been a different player, hasn't he? Since I'd say the opening 5 games or so, just looked a little bit lazy, a little bit.
Yeah,
couldn't really be bothered. Typical sort of
languid.
What?
Languid
is that is exactly what. So hopefully we'll see a better miles per Harris in the last 7 games.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, so we're running out of players.
Yeah, we are running out of players. We're also running out of time on the pod, Dan. So let's move on. I'll just say at this point, if you enjoy the pod and you'd like to follow us, why not do so at Pompey Pod on YouTube, Facebook, and X. You can follow our content. We do things such as Man of the Match Awards. We do votes, that is. We do Man of the Match votes. We do match predictions. We give you the next 5 game predictions, things like that. Get involved. A lot of people are nowadays, and thank you for all of those who do follow us and get involved with the podcast. And one of the things you might like is a quiz. We all like a Pompey quiz, don't we, Dan?
I loves it, Mush.
Loves it right nice. Shall I go with mine first? Because I think you're going to like mine.
Well, I think you deserve to have mine first, don't you? Because
all right then.
You didn't get one last week, did you? Right, mine's very quick. Okay, so all I've done is comparison of 2 players' statistics this season for the Pompey team. Okay, very simple. Okay, so are we ready?
We are ready. We are.
Finger on the buzzer.
Ready.
Okay. Which player of these 2 have had the more I didn't write this. I didn't actually write it down. Normally I write it down, right? But which player has assisted more this season out of Joe Rafferty
Yes.
or Colby Bishop?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Bishop's only got he's maybe got 3 assists.
Yes.
Maybe.
You sure? He's got more than that, hasn't he? No.
Maybe.
No.
No,
Oh,
maybe
I
3.
don't know. Maybe.
Maybe 3.
Be good if
Has
I had it
Rafferty
written
got
down.
more than 3? Doesn't. I'm going to go Bishop.
You are wrong to go Bishop. Surprisingly, Colby Bishop has a whopping 2, and Joe Rafferty has 4 assists this season.
4 assists.
Yeah.
Wow. Go Joe.
Yeah, well done, Joe.
Go Joe.
Right, okay.
Well played.
0 out of 1. Right, question number 2.
Okay.
Which of these
Strong
2
start.
players has done the more passes? Has done the most passes out of these 2 players? Yeah, completed the most passes. Out of Connor Shaughnessy.
Yeah, a lot of passes there. Yeah.
Or Marlon Pack.
Oh, come on.
Isn't it? It's a good one, this. It's a good one. Could be either.
It's got to
Shaughnessy receiving the ball from Norris all the time. Rafferty, Pack in the middle, pulling the strings.
They spend 10 minutes a game just passing it amongst the back four, don't they? If not 15. See, the fact that you've got a defender in a midfield, it's got to be Pack, isn't it? It's got to be Pack.
It's
got to be Pack, and I won't accept any other answer than Pack.
Okay,
so, Pack.
Right. You are wrong to go Marlon Pack.
I am.
Marlon Pack has 1,878 passes.
Yeah, if it's 79.
Get ready. 2,528. So 650 more than Marlon Pack.
Right. What percentage of those were to either the keeper or one of the fullbacks?
Well, I can tell you what. Yeah, that is the next question. But out of those, Shaughnessy has a what's he got? He's got a 80% pass accuracy, and Marlon Pack has 83%.
So there you go.
Maybe it's not about the quantity, Mike, is it? It's about the quality, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. 0 out of 2. Next one. Which of these 2 players has the better pass accuracy?
Marlon Pack.
Okay. Which of these 2 players? Marlon Pack. Is it Joe Morel or Marlon Pack?
Oh, well, we know Pack's got 83%.
You do know.
Well, I'm going to go Morel then. I shouldn't, because why would you put him in there if it's got to be higher than 83? It's 86, isn't it? It's 86% for Morel. Yes, it is. Go.
You should get an extra point for that because it is 86% for Joe Morel. So well done. 1 out of 3. You're back on it. Okay, can you get 2 out of 4? Here we go. Which of these players has created the most chances? Is it Paddy Lane or Abu Kamara?
Oh, it is Abu Kamara.
Paddy Lane has created 31 chances. Abu Kamara has created 32.
Oh,
so well done.
Yes.
2 out of 4. Right. Can you swing it your way and get 3 out of 5? All right.
Strong finish.
Which of these players has the better goal conversion? Shots to goals, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Goal conversion percentage. Is it Callum Lang or Kusini Yengi, who they keep calling Cass, and I don't quite understand why they call him Cass. It's not Cass.
It's Kuss, isn't it? Kuss. Yeah. I'm going to go with Lang, just because, as I was saying earlier, Yengi loves a shot, and he does ping off a shot quite regularly. Okay. So I'm going to go with Callum Lang.
Callum Lang. Right. Okay. Callum Lang has scored 4 out of 12 shots.
Ooh,
so how much is that in percentage?
That's a 33%.
33%.
Yes.
Yengi has scored
He's
9
higher, isn't he?
out of 26 shots,
Oh,
which is
come
35%. So bad luck. So 2 out of 5.
So he didn't have another shot. I'm sure he had another shot at the weekend, didn't he? He must have just didn't get notched up.
But
2 out of 5.
Some interesting stats there when I was looking at those today. Very interesting.
Yeah, that is some good statting.
Yeah.
Particularly the assists one from Rafferty. But no, nice. Yeah. 2 out of 5.
Well done.
How did you get on with those questions there from Dan? Did you do better? Can you speak? Did you do better than 2 out of 5? Let us know in the comments. You know where it is, in the comments. All right, Dan, you ready? This is a quiz. You should know all of these. Yeah. This is a quiz about the history of Portsmouth Football Club and their players. Just random facts.
Yeah.
Random facts, which you'll love.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. The first floodlit Football League match took place at Fratton Park in February 1956.
Yep.
Who were the visitors to Fratton Park that night?
Newcastle United.
1 out of 1. Good strong
0-0
start.
I think it was 0-0, wasn't it? Have you got the or it was loads?
I don't know. I think it might have been. Yeah. Okay, so number 2. What is the name of the Lovedene pub where the FA Cup was kept during World War II?
I don't know. The Frattoners Joy. Frattoners.
In Lovedene.
In Lovedene. Yeah. The Lovedene Lodge. No,
the Lovedene Lodge is not correct. It was called the Bird in Hand.
Oh yeah, I did know. Yeah.
They kept it there for fear of it getting hit by the bombs that may have been aiming for the dockyard. Apparently. Okay, here we go. Remember the FA Cup final 2008, Dan? Do you remember the FA Cup final?
Yeah.
Remember who scored the goal?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, but do you remember in which minute that goal came?
Well, hilariously enough, I read this today.
Okay.
So I do know it was 30-something, and it was something like 37 or 38, and now I can't remember which one. Is it one of those?
It is one of those.
Yeah, I read it.
And either way, I'll give it to you. Either way. You could say it's
37. I think it was 37.
It is correct. 2 out of 5, 37th minute. Okay, this is a tricky one for you. This is probably the trickiest, and I'll give you one either side on this.
Did you say 2 out of 3 rather than 2 out of 5? Because
2 out of 3, 2 out of 3 so far. Yeah. So, are you familiar with a guy called Guy Whittingham?
Corporal punishment. Yeah.
So where he was the manager of Portsmouth between November the 12th and November 13th, not for one day, for 1 year.
I remember November the 12th very well.
The 12th. He managed in a total of 51 games, but how many of those games did Portsmouth win?
Oh,
51 games for Guy. It was in a time of trouble, remember?
Yeah. 4.
51?
Yeah, 4 and 51. He 4 wins and 4 wins, 46 draws. One defeat. No, I'll go. Let's go. I think let's go 8. 8 out of 51.
Yeah, not within 1, I'm afraid. So I can't give you the point. It was 11. He won 11 games. Not as bad as you thought.
Say that. No. Yeah. Well done, Guy.
Okay, you need this one to win because it's 2-2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
2-2.
Yeah.
Because we're introducing wins now at the final question.
Yeah, and also I don't see multiple choice on your questions, but carry on.
Okay. Kit Simons, you're familiar with a fellow called Kit Simons? He used to be a Portsmouth player back in the day.
Yeah.
He's been a coach and an assistant manager at many, many clubs, but only one club he's been the actual manager of. Which club was that?
Oh, I don't know anything about management, Mike.
You do. Think about it.
Someone
Think
like
about it.
Crystal Palace or someone.
Is that your
Think
final
about
answer?
it. Yeah, go on in, Crystal Palace.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. Fulham.
Is that your final answer?
Kit Simon, Kit. Is it? It's like a bit. Yeah, it's one of those wanky teams, isn't it? Oh, let's just go Fulham. That'll do. I can't remember. Yeah, Fulham.
He took over when Felix McGrath was sacked as caretaker manager initially, and then because he did 5 wins in 9 games, he was then given the job on a permanent basis. Sacked a year later. Yes, Fulham is correct. You are this week's champion. Well played.
Thank you.
Well played, Dan. Well played.
Thanks.
So next up for Portsmouth is Wycombe Wanderers on the 29th of March. Are we going to have a pod next week? What do you think? Should we have a week off?
Yeah, have a fucking week off.
All right.
Christ.
So
give everyone a break.
Give everyone a rest. Give everyone a rest from such fantastic content. But we will be back after the 29th of March. It's Easter weekend that weekend as well, isn't it? 2 games. 2 games over the weekend. So we'll have Wycombe on the Friday, and then we'll have Derby on the Tuesday live on Sky. So we will probably be back around about the 4th of April. Until then, have a wonderful Easter weekend. And there'll be a similar one in a few weeks' time. Bye.
Bye.